Okay, so in this video, we are going to go figure out how to connect TikTok to Go High Level CRM. And normally, and eventually I'm sure they're going to have this, is when you go into Ad Manager. So I'll go into my personal one for the coding business. So you see how this one's pink right here? If I went into, let's open up one that I know is not ready yet. So it's normally not pink until you create a form. So you won't be able, it'll be like grayed out or whatever, right? So if I go into assets and instant pages, and you click instant form, you see how it's grayed out? You can't do anything yet? Okay. That's because you have to create the form first. So this video is not about how to create the form. You just hit create and I'll just say preview. Oops. Let me just go into it. I'll just copy it and then go through it real quickly. So you name it, pick a color scheme, put a banner image, display name, headline, promotion slogan. I just added one question. And then here I just put the first name, last name, email, phone number. You can do that by add category. If you want to add more questions, you can just hit add category, short answer, multiple choice. And the cool thing is too, is you don't have to map these inside of the high level app. It just does everything for you. All right, so the privacy is your privacy link, review screen. I didn't do anything on customize, and on the thank you page, I just sent them to the bonus page right here. All right, and then you hit complete, and then so just remember this name right here. This is TT form to thank you page bonus one copy. All right, so I'm going to hit complete, and eventually, I'll probably just delete it. All right, bonus copy. Let's see. All right, so now we're going to go to Zapier and we're going to connect it. And since I already did that, I will walk you through how to do what I did. And also, if you're setting up multiple clients, there's an extra additional step that I had trouble with. And you have to go grab their API and then do another connection. All right, so the first one we can do TikTok lead generation. Actually, let me just go back. I'm just going to walk you through for the one that I did already. All right, so I made folders for each client, and I'll go to this is my apps, and then right here I want to show you this. See where it says two connections? So every connection should be a new client. All right, and then so if you want to go create a new app, you would just get create Zap. I said app, I meant Zap. All right, so let's go to the Zaps that I have. All right, let's go to the Madisonville one, and it should be this one. So it's on and it worked. All right, so if we go to the CRM and go opportunities, it'll say Jane Doe because that's what they use. And if I click into it, it added it to the active campaign also. Okay, so if you're creating this new, you would be going through, hit this. I'm going to hit edit Zap like I'm doing it all over again. You're going to click on TikTok lead gen, new lead, right? When a new lead's created, hit continue. TikTok lead generation account, you're going to select your account. That is your main user business center account. So like show you this in the business center, 6021. And so if I go back to it, it'd be 6021. So that matches. I'm going to select the right advertising account. So I know that this Ceramic and Coatings 1105, I did rename it in the account. So for some reason, it doesn't show that name, but the rest of them do show the name and they add like that number behind it. So that's the right account. And then the form, you see, we just made that bonus copy. All right, so I'm not going to click the copy one because I'm going to delete that one. And then you're going to hit continue, and then you're going to test this. Move that out the way. You're going to test this, and it's going to say success, hopefully. Okay. All right. So in here, so the next action is going to be choose an app and event, lead connector. And on this one, this is very important because you're going to have to go make a trigger in a little bit to make this work to add them to the campaign. So if you did campaign first, you would just do the opposite. Let me just take you through it this way because I already set it up in a particular way. So I want them to go into the pipeline first and then added to a campaign. All right. So in the pipeline, I want them to go to the new lead column first. And then if I click on Jane Doe, you'll see down here, active campaign, she gets added to the form fill campaign. So let's go back. I'm trying not to go too fast. Add update opportunity. So they're going to go into opportunity. And then this is the tricky part is where it says connect new account. It says don't connect this old account. I also went back into the Zapier and then renamed this because as you create this connection, it'll just say lead connector and it's very confusing. So go back and then I'll show you that in a minute how you go back and edit that name. If you need to connect a new client's account, you're going to hit connect new account. And when you do that, it's going to ask for the API key. Well, this is where you find it at. Okay. So you're going to go back in the account, the one that you want. So ceramic and coating in Madisonville. You're going to hit settings. You're going to hit company, and you're going to copy this with a little clipboard. Copy that. You're going to go back here and write this screen that pops up. It says allow Zapier to access it. You would pop that in there, and then you hit yes. I already did that, so I'm not going to do it again. All right. So make sure you name that as well, because otherwise it gets really confusing. And then you're going to map all these fields. All right. Make sure the first one says first name, because I want the first name and the last name. Whatever information that you selected on that form, which we did that earlier in the form in TikTok, was, let's see if it even let me go into the form. I don't think it lets you go back into it. I don't even know if it lets you delete it. Let's see. Export report. Yeah, I don't even know. That's kind of weird. But anyway, in that actual form, you're going to choose whatever information you want in the form. So I just put first name, last name, phone number, and email. And the reason I separated these instead of just the first and last name together, the full name, is because I want to be able to call them out just by their first name. I don't need to say their first and last name every single time. It's super weird. Right. So, all right. So scroll down. And then in the source, if you want all this information here, if you selected that on the form in TikTok, then select that here. But for us, we're just going to do first name, last name, phone, email. And the source, you just type this in. I just called it TikTok lead. That way, when it comes back up into the actual pipeline, you'll see this here, TikTok lead there. That's where that field is. This is required. Mark it as true. All right. And then so this part, we were adding them to the pipeline. So select your pipeline name. I just called mine lead journey. The stage, which is the first column, they're going to go into new lead. That's where I want them to go to. Assign to myself, assign to whoever the user is. And you would hit continue. And then that would be it for that portion. And then you would do a review and test, which we already did. And you can see it here and it worked. Here's the other thing you got to do. If you're doing it exactly this way, you need to go make a trigger. Because if you don't have a trigger for the campaign, they're just going to be in the new lead column. And then they won't get emails and texts. So if you want them to get the automation, this is how you do it for us. Okay. So you're going to go to triggers. And obviously I already created one because you saw that they were in the campaign. I named it new lead to the actual campaign name. It's called form fill. And then I just put TT behind it for TikTok. So opportunity status changed, lead journey. When they go into the new lead pipeline, they'll get added to the campaign, form fill. Activate it, hit save. That's it. And now when you test it, so make sure you do that before the test, or you can just come back here and refresh this and then test it again. When you click on that person's name, they go in there. Oops. If you scroll down in the active campaign, they should have been triggered into that campaign. So they got an email and a text. It says unsuccessful because it's not real. It's just a test. Okay. Keep your eye on it though, whenever you launch a campaign and you're running ads to it to make sure they're coming in there. Okay. And that's it. The only other thing I wanted to go over was going back to where you could rename the actual zaps. All right. So we have ceramic right here. You just hit these little three dots and then you hit rename and then you can name the actual zap. As far as the apps, you can go rename it in here too. All right, it says 2 connections. All right, so this is it right here. Same thing. Hit the 3 little dots, edit connection name. So when you set it up for the client, you want to name that one, because when you go back in there to create that zap, it's just going to say Leadconnecor, and it's super confusing. And then so you just name it the name of your actual client, and that's it. That's all you have to do to connect it, and then just make sure it tests. Whenever the ads start running, make sure you just go in there and just make sure they're going in there correctly, and that's how you connect it. So TikTok lead ad forms to go high level with the Leadconnecor. Hopefully they will connect the CRM too. I didn't show you this earlier, but if I connect CRM, it's not coming up. So connect to a CRM because they haven't added it yet. I don't know why, or at least I haven't found it. So if I type in lead connector, hit search, Leadcon, nothing's coming up. If I just type in lead, all these other ones come up. There's like a couple of pages and there's no Leadconnecor yet. So I just reached out to support on TikTok and Go High Level, and of course they haven't responded yet. But I don't see them in here. So no Leadconnecor yet. This is probably going to be way easier than going through Zapier, but it's not that bad really. So it makes it pretty easy. Just a couple of things were tripping me up about the connections there. And then the way you connect it with adding it to the pipeline, and then adding the campaign that you want to trigger. And you just do that through the triggers to Go High Level. And then once you have all those things set up, you should be good to go and have all this set up properly. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Thanks.